Hey guys, I'm Dan. Welcome to the latest episode of Hockey Card Talk. Today I'm sampling for the first time to a Frontier Pilsner from Fort Garry Brewing here in Winnipeg. That's pretty good beer. So today I want to talk about shipping cards in the mail. Whether you're selling cards or trading cards, to me shipping is probably the most important way to get return business. I sell cards on eBay, and that's pretty much where I get all my funds for buying cards, besides returning empties. So whether you're selling on eBay or Facebook or anywhere else, for me, that's the most important thing, is to be a good shipper. So when I post cards on eBay, the shipping price, I've already included the postage, penny sleeve, the top loader, and the bubble mailer are all included in my shipping price. Prior to putting the card that it's already in a penny sleeve and a top loader in my bubble mailer, I put a little piece of painter's tape on the top part of the card to ensure the penny sleeve and the top loader don't slide out during the shipping process. Now, if you're a serious shipper, like I am, always going to have a roll of painter's tape on hand. So there's nothing I hate as a card guy than either seeing cards that are sealed with Scotch tape in the ends because they leave that film. You know, painter's tape is actually cheaper than Scotch tape or packing tape or anything you use, so go out and get some painter's tape. I have all kinds of rolls sitting here on my desk of different painter's tape I use. I have more in drawers somewhere. So the next thing I do is I tape a decoy to the top load of the card. And decoys you usually get in SP Authentic, SP Game Used, stuff like that. These things have become gold now because they're hard to find. Everybody's doing the same thing with them. So when I tape the card, I always put one of these on top of the top loader, tape it. If I'm sending something to the US, I like to take the two of these and sandwich the cards. So I've had some cards come back, unfortunately, that were bent. US Postal Service is really hard on packages for some reason. So I always want to make sure that I take my precautions and I put my top loaders on there. So the last thing I do before I put anything in the envelope, I have either my graded sleeve bags or my team bags, all depending on the size of the card that's going to be shipped. I put my card that's being shipped in these before I put it in the bubble mailer. I also like to use labels when I ship my stuff. It looks a little bit more professional. I'm just a guy who sells hockey cards and drinks beer out of his basement, but I still like to look a little professional, so I get the Avery labels. I make a proper label for the cards. It's easier for the postmaster or the post guy to deliver it properly. It's easier for everybody to recognize the postal codes or area codes or wherever you're shipping to. If it's just a normal card being shipped in Canada, it goes out like this. If the card has tracking on it or is going to the US, I move the receiver's address over to the left just under my address to give the post office space to put their stickers and their tracking on the envelope. If the card is going to the US, I also like to write on the bottom, I don't know why, but I write hockey card. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I've only had one out of all my years of shipping package teared up by customs. So to me, the only way to ship is a bubble mailer. Using a standard envelope like this is Bush League, and you should never be doing that. You make yourself look bad, it's bad for the hobby. So nothing pisses me off than receiving an envelope like that with Scotch tape on it. Drives me crazy. So you can get yourself a normal bubble mailer. I buy these in 300 lot from I think I got this from Canadian Mailers out of Vancouver area. It cost me $60 for 300 envelopes. Pretty good deal. Other people, which I've seen and I'm pretty okay with, is to go to the dollar store and get one of these bigger envelopes for, you can get 3 to a pack for $2. And you see that it's like half of it. So I've seen guys cut them in half and then put packing tape on each side to seal them. Another good way to do it, but you know, they're cheap. You know, they are cheap. Even our local card shop sells these too. So good way to go to get stuff shipped. So that's it for this episode of Hockey Card Talk. Been another fabulous one. If you guys got any suggestions on the way you mail or the way you ship, drop me a line, hockeycardtalk@gmail.com. Love to hear more from you. Stay tuned. I got a couple more episodes in the queue that are already done. Just haven't edited them yet. And one I'll be doing again tomorrow, because tomorrow will be the release of SP Authentic. Pretty excited about that. Stay safe. Until next time, cheers.